Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing very well and let's start about pandas. So before actual implementation of pandas, let me try to show you the basic concepts and thereafter we are again going to come back and going to implement the basic implementation part of this very important library under Python. So let's learn some few bits about pandas library first. So Pandas is a software library which is written for Python programming language for data manipulation and analysis. So if you are having larger data sets and you want to play with it and you want to manipulate the data very efficiently and effectively, then Pandas is the best solution for it. It allows you to manipulate and analyze large data set in a fast and efficient manner. How it can be so, I am going to explain it. Don't worry, we are going to take the data set and we are going to implement very simple problems so that you can grasp the concept of pandas in Python, right? It allows you to perform operations on large data sets quickly and efficiently, including data cleaning, preparation, and data analysis, right? Now let's learn some of the main features of pandas. Basically includes handling missing data. If there is a data which is missing, then how to handle such kind of data is a part of pandas. And to filter the data, to selecting the data, we can use this library too. For aggregating and summarizing data, also we can use this library. For merging and joining data from different sources, we can use Pandas library. For reshaping and pivoting the data and for working with the time series data, we can work with Pandas library. These are very important and main features about Pandas. And basically, it is a tool, it is a greater and powerful tool for data scientists for having effectively filtering and effectively gathering useful information with the help of this important libraries of pandas, right? Now panda is particularly useful for working with tabular data, the data which is normally in tabular form. It may be in a spreadsheet csv format or it may be in a database as a table. It provides range of powerful tools for performing data analysis and manipulation, which can save you a lot of time and effort compared to working with data directly in Python. This library is going to save you a lot of time and make the data very interesting and quickly and efficiently, right? Pandas is a powerful tool for working with data in Python. Basically, if you want to play with data, if you want to work with data, you must have to go with Pandas, and it is a key library for data scientist or analyst who is working in Python, right? So here it is a data set. As you can see that this is a Pandas library, and here is it is a data set. So this data set we are also having in the Excel format, in the spreadsheet format like this, which I have uploaded on the Google Colab, and I am going to explain you here that how to play with pandas library in Python, right? So I have already uploaded that dataset one. This data is having dataset one, and I have uploaded it into my Google Colab, and as you can see that Google Colab under AI ML libraries, and here this data set one is there. So I have copied this path from here. From this path, I have put this, right? So this is under Google Colab, right? Now let's learn. So to use pandas library, the first thing that you need to do is you need to import that particular library. So it is the correct syntax, import pandas as pd. So we are using pandas as a pd here, right? This is the meaning. It means that we are importing pandas library in Python as a pd. We are going to use pd next time whenever we are going to use pandas, right? Now first thing is that we want to import the data set. So how to import the data set? Dataset equals to pd.read underscore csv, right? So dataset, it is a variable name in which we are going to store what we are going to store, the dataset pd.read and underscore csv, and this is the path. This is the path from where I am going to import the data. This is nothing but this is just my Google Drive path where that Excel sheet is there which I have uploaded, right? Now, to assure yourself that whether data is imported or not, what you can do, you can just print the data set here so that you can assure that our particular data set is imported. So let's run it and let's see. Yes, that complete data set that we are having in here in the Excel sheet, which I have uploaded here in the Google Colab, is currently visible, right? So with the help of data set equals to pd.read. PD means we are using pandas here, dot read CSV. The format of that file is CSV, right? So we are using that and we have printed. So we can assure ourselves that that particular data is imported into our currently runtime environment, right? You can see that here we are having basically a sheet which is having country, age, and salary and purchase. So basically this is input and output kind of data. So if country is France and age is 44 and salary is 72,000, then we can determine that particular person cannot buy the car, cannot purchase the car. If the person is from Spain and age is 27 and salary is 48,000, then we can say that that person can purchase a particular car. Likewise, that we can say, right? And here in Germany, if age is 40 and salary is not available, then also we can say that he or she can purchase the car. So this is some data. Basically, this part is input and this part is output. On the basis of this input part, we are concluding that this is a output, right? So basically, how to divide this complete data set into input and output. It is also a very important part of Pandas library, that how to divide the data set into two parts, input and output. So for that, what we are going to do, we are using two variables, x and y. In x, it is in uppercase, you can see equals to dataset.ilog, right? It is a location. You already know that it is a location. And basically this syntax, I think if you are having good concepts in Python, you can see that it is going to run from 0 to length -1. From 0 to length -1, it is going to iterate. It means that it is going to collect data from 0 to L -1. So total length is 10. So 0 to 9 it is going to consider, and all the values will be for X. It is input value. So to make again yourself assure that basically we got our input value or not, you can simply do print and simply do you X, right? And just run it. So you can see that this is our input data, right? You can simply see this is our input data. Now this is our output data, and for that output data, again we are using the same y equals to dataset.ilocation -1. This is nothing but it is a simple colon, and we have skipped some values here separated by comma and space and -1. Basically in Python, it indicates that our code is going to take all the values from 0 to length -1. All the values will be inherited by, all the values will be taken by this y. So again, what you can do, you can just print y so that you can assure yourself that output is also we have taken, right? So you can simply see that, yes, this output is also printed. It means that we have also taken this output, right? So this is very basic, that how to import the data set from the PCs, right? How to import the data set from your machine. You can upload it here and you can just copy. This is just the path which I have copied, already told you that you just need to go to the particular drive, and whatever is the path, you just need to copy the path and put here, right? This is a very simple method using which, using this simple syntax, you can divide your data into two parts. Ultimately, you can divide your data into input, output, and you can import the data set, right? Now, further, if we move ahead, then there is one method that is drop na, drop na, right? Drop na. So what it is going to do, if we are having some rows which contain some null values. So you can see that here we are having some rows which is having null values like this. It is having null value here. This which is having null value here. So you can simply just go through this particular slide, and if you want to, if you run this, then this is 0th row. We can say this is 1th row. This is 2nd row, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth one, right? So this fourth row is having null value here, and this sixth row is also having null value here, right? This fourth row and this sixth row is having null values, right? What they are? They are having null values in this rows. So because you know that it is going to start from 0 and length -1, right? So what I am going to do, that again we need to go to the collab, and here it is not going to indicate that null value, right? It means that when I am going to print the particular this part, this is going to skip row number 4 and row number 6. So if you want to print some rows which is not having any data, which is having some null values, you can remove that particular rows with the following property, the following code, that import pandas is pd again, data equals to pd dot read underscore csv. It means that panda libraries we are using dot read, it is going to read that data, and the format is csv format. This is again the path of that data set, as you know. Here this variable is going to hold data dot row right? So basically it is going to remove all the rows which is containing null values, and thereafter I am just printing this x value to string, which we can say. So if I am going to run it, you can simply see that it is running, and this time row number 0, 1, 2 is there, fourth is skipping, and again sixth is skipping. So row number 4 is not here, and row number 6 is also not here. Why it is not here? Because they are having some null values in that particular row, right? So I hope you got the concept that this library can be used to filter out the data which is having null values. Likewise, that, right? Many important parts are there, but we are only discussing the very basics of it, right? One more thing is there, that filna method is there. With using filna method, what we can do, we can replace all the rows that contains null values with some values. So for that we need to read the data. You know that how to read the data. I am going to assign something to data, what, pd.read underscore csv. This particular csv file, read by pandas library, and all this particular file will be going to assign to data. And thereafter I am using this y variable, and I am assigning data.filna, and inside this square braces I am using 1111. You know that here it is null, here it is null. So wherever you are having null, such kind of null values, we can replace these values with our choiceable values. So I am replacing it with 1111, and thereafter just printing y to string. So you can just run it, and you can just see that the fourth row is now appearing here, and the values of null is replaced by 1111. Similarly, in sixth row, this value which was null, it is replaced by 1111. But before it, when we have run, that particular values are missed. So it can very useful. This particular pandas library is very useful for filtering the data, for helping you out, that how you can manage the data, how you can manage the missing data, how you want to replace it, and likewise. So we using filna method, you can fill that particular null value with any particular choiceable value that you want to. Right? Okay. I hope up to here it is clear, guys. If you are getting all the things which I am explaining here bit by bit, if it is clear, please do like the video, guys. Your feedback and your support constantly makes me for trying some more improvement in upcoming videos, and definitely it can be one of the motivational factor for us also to making such kind of videos again and again, so that you can pace up such kind of Python concepts. And definitely in future also we are going to be here with very useful videos, so that you can learn Python very easily. Not just Python, but we are going to explore it with many more subjects, right? Okay. One more library, one more method is there, that is bfill. Under pandas library, bfill method is there. Bfill basically it is used to replace the null values with values from next row. So you can see that here, if we come to the slide, then using bfill method, what we can do, we can replace this value with next row value. It means that this value will be here, and we can replace this with next row. So if we want to manage our data, that some missing values are there, and we want to replace these missing values with next row values, right? So for that particular, we can use bfill method, right? And for using bfill method, what we need to do, we again need to just import the data, and we are assigning that particular data to data variable, and here we are using one more variable z. Here what we are using, data.bfill. Previously we was used data.fill now, and this particular choice which we want to replace with, here this time we are using bfill. Bfill automatically going to replace that particular values with the next row values. It means that Spain, and here it would be 48, and here it would be 58,000, right? And we are going to print that particular variable with the help of to string, and you can see the output that particular sixth row 48 is here, fourth row 58,000 is here. So the missing values, the empty values are replaced with the next row values. Similarly, with the help of ffill method in pandas, we can replace null values with the values from previous row. So here you can see that if I want to replace this particular missing value with previous row, this is our previous row, this is our next row. So if I want to replace it with previous, if I want to replace this missing value with previous row, then for that we can use ffill method under pandas. And if you are going to do so, you only need to read the data file, as you know, again and again. Here using the thing is same. You here you need to use variable name that you are going to use. It can be data, data set, or d, anything can be your choice. pd.read csv and the path where that particular data set is there, right? Variable, it can be anything. Z equals to data.ffill. By default, it is going to replace that particular data with the next row element, and I am going to print it here. So you can simply see that I am printing here, and this time sixth row is 35. It is printed with the previous row. Here fourth row is 61,000. So with the help of bfill, we can replace the null values with previous rows. And with the help of bfill method, we can replace the values with next row. And this is some of the methods. This is some of the methods that we can implement in pandas. There are so many libraries. There are so many, you can say that so many functions are there. And there are so many libraries and so many methods are there which you can use, but this is very basic concept that how to start with pandas. So I hope that this lecture will help you a lot to move on the path of learning Python libraries and how to move ahead with the help of such kind of Python libraries, right? So if you're having any doubt or any confusion, please feel free to ask, guys, and do stay tuned with us. Thank you so much. Have a very nice day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. And guys, stay tuned for more such lectures in our next session. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.